The Druki scum seek to trap us. The fools think it is easy to snare the shadows. Disabuse them of this notion. We shall show these followers of the weak-willed brat, the mummy's boy that couldn't even tame a candle flame in the shrine of Assyrian. I need to fill my quiver, then the Moonbow can sing again. So let these Druki mongrels come!
Hello my fellow gamers and welcome to this week's quest battle, where today we are Alith Anar, also known as the Shadow King, and he is going after his Moonbow. He has got to deal with the Dark Elves on the top of the hill here. Very commanding position, led by a Dreadlord with a sword and crossbow. We do have the repeater boat throwers to deal with as well. And I suspect there will be hidden forces in the woods for us to have to deal with. Cavalry on the flank there. And cavalry on the flank there. And of course I have no idea that's there. However, we do not stand alone. We have an allied force here. All of cavalry, Illyrian Reavers, ready to come in and sandwich this Dark Elf force on the hill. We immediately move our cavalry in to try and secure the woods, try and flank around. Got a Great Eagle as well to support some Illyrian Reavers with archers. But the main force moves up the field ready to go. So we got a lot of archers. We do have a Sea Guard. Got some spearmen. Shadow Walkers as well, which is really, really cool. Our Lord is actually just some noble. Just some noble, yeah. It's all good. We got some Shadow Walkers coming in on the flank, led by the Shadow King himself. God, these are such cool models, such cool units they've got. But it looks like we may have encountered the cavalry hidden in the woods this side. So they signal that there's enemies here and they're quickly falling back. Don't want to deal with that. We need to move quickly because the cavalry, glorious as they look, are moving in to deal with the Dark Elves on the hill. They've got the archers at the back supporting, firing over the heads of their allies. And in they come against these very brightly coloured Dark Elves, actually in white. Bit of a weak charge going up the hill here, trying to get in. But they are up against Dread Spears and Witch Elves. It won't go well if we don't give them support. And our forces are trying to move out. The boat throwers are getting shots. But you can see our main army is so slow. And the cavalry are now moving in down the hill here. And we've got, well, problem is now we're completely torn between which forces to go. Do have some forces here, Shadow Walkers and Alith Anar getting some shots off. But the Reaper boat throwers getting some good hits in, doing a lot of damage. And the cavalry is going to get pushed back if we don't support them soon enough. They're taking a lot of losses. Over here, we got the cavalry, and they're moving into our flank. Straight into the side of our Sea Guard. Looks like we're going to have some magic cast on us as well. Yeah, that's going to hurt. Ow, yeah. And it looks like, is that... Oh no, that's the Doomfire Warlocks. And now the cavalry on the other side are coming in. Our cavalry trying to screen our infantry advance. We need to get archers up. And the spearmen have now started sprinting up the hill, taking heavy losses. Because they've got all of their dark shards ready for us. With the repeater fofo thrown down as well. Our Lord has charged in to try and shut down. And yeah, he's just decapitating the crew. Great Eagle getting ready to punch in as well. Trying to get into that fire. Looks like we have dealt with the boat throwers. But now these dark shards are going to be a problem. But our cavalry allies are doing quite well. But the cavalry have moved into our shadow runners here. And this entire flank is getting absolutely decimated. Spearmen trying to hold where they can. And to add to all of this mayhem, reinforcements are coming in. We have more Dark Elves coming in to deal with us. And they have a War Hydra. Oh dear. And we're desperately just trying to get on top of this hill and deal with the forces up there. And the cavalry on either flank. It looks like we have been a lot of the flank on this side. The archers pushing them back. Cavalry on this side is being dealt with by the spearmen and the Sea Guard. As best as they can do anyway. But they are chasing the Shadow Walkers down as well. Which are some of the strongest units. Over here, our spearmen have managed to chase off their archers, though. Their cavalry coming in to help as well, sandwiching them in. But we do... The problem is they're getting stretched out now and getting tired out. Over here on the hill, we still have the Dark Health Lord there, the Dread Lord, holding out against our Lord and a Great Eagle. Some cavalry are coming in to try and help as well. Murderous Prowess has activated, which is not what we wanted to see now. We are scattered all over this hill. This a determined attack, because the cavalry hitting on each flank, and we've just been absolutely scattered. Alith Anar clutched on the sidelines. He's exhausted, and he's barely done much. It looks like, though, we're able to get archers into one place, focus fire on each target, and deal with it, which is what we're doing, and it is dealing with the Dark Riders, pushing them back. However, there is still this resistance bubble here of some cavalry, some spearmen holding out. Our spearmen are actually dying quite horribly to them. Trying to deal with that Lord, but he's holding out really nicely. Our cavalry allies are just going, nope, we've had enough. Meanwhile, where's our spearmen? Yeah, I've completely forgotten about these guys, and they're just getting themselves exhausted. They're getting shot at. And yeah, our cavalry allies need to chase them down, but unfortunately those are archers, so yeah, that's not helpful. They're getting in there though, which is good. Dealing with that force back there. Looks like the forces over here have been broken. Most of our allies have gone as well. Balance power is about equal, but we're just not getting through. Look, you've got all these units at the back here. The Great Eagle getting shut down by the spearmen. Our spearmen trying to come in support. Their Lord's making a run for it, and ours has been caught out by Dread Spears. So now, where he's on a horse, he's taking a lot of damage. Our infantry needs to move up this hill. Our archers need to come up, and that's exactly what they're doing. We've got the enemy coming in behind us, so we've got this pressure. And then for now, it's just like, I'll help with my one shot. Where is he? Where is he? There he is. He's like, look, yeah, I'm helping. We're doing this for your bow, mate. I don't know. Like, yeah, I hate to think how many we've lost. And nearly half our forces. So nearly 1,000 elves have died for this. But archers are finally making up the hill, and they're able to then give support into the Dread Spears, wiping them out. Our spearmen are now moving in, and hopefully they will eventually break. Our Lord's taking quite a beating. But I think it's safe to say we are taking the hill. Finally, our numbers are starting to tell. But our archers have used a lot of their ammunition up. A lot of ammunition. But yeah, it looks like we have pushed them off the hill. Over here. Oh, it looks like we actually pulled our spearmen back. Yes, we did. We pulled them back so our cavalry allies can deal with them. And then they go, wiping them out. Very nice. So we've dealt with all that. The Great Eagle still lives. We've got some spearmen who are breaking. But we are now wiping the spearmen out. Look at this. This firepower that's coming down. However, the real battle, I feel, is about to truly begin. Because now we've got Dark Riders coming in. We've got War Hydra. We've got the Dread Spears. Bleak Swords. More Dark Shards. And a Sorceress of Fire. But they're conserving their strength. They're not rushing into the battle. They're not going to tire themselves out. They're going to let these guys do it for them. So we're trying to reform our lines now. Trying to get archers and spearmen in some sort of formation before this final engagement begins. Looks like the Great Eagle is coming down to deal with that Dread Lord once and for all. And it looks like, yep. Yeah, the Dread Spears decide after seeing their Lord get bitten in half by an eagle, that'll do. That'll do for today. So they're going to chase them off. We are trying to make sure they don't come back, because that's all we need is enemies coming in. Our forces now getting into formation, but it's a bit all over the place. Our guys are exhausted, tired. I mean, they're eager. They're definitely eager. What? What? Oh, was that enemy cavalry here or something? Because they've just done... What? So they just did burn and scale on their own guys. Fireball's been fired. Straight into the middle of our spearmen. So we're trying to quickly form up the lines, get a formation going. And I mean, they do send in Dark Riders, but that's a mistake because we've still got lots of archers. So, more fireballs coming down. More cavalry coming into the side here. Those are the Doomfire Warlocks going into our archers there. And the Dark Riders then fall back. Their job done. They distracted us from seeing all of this happening behind us. I believe they are now broken, but they are getting forces behind us. It is making our units waver. Here comes the Dark Riders straight into our Shadow Walkers. Our Lord is nearby, ready to join in by archers, folks. Oh, but we do have a burning skull coming down. Straight down the middle of those spearmen again. So he keeps picking on those spearmen. But for the most part, our archers are focused on the War Hydra. We need to take him out as quickly as possible. But mainly because he can do things like that. Yeah, that's a lot. So we're trying to focus down. It looks like the Dark Riders have been pushed back. Our allies do have some forces left. This battle's been going on for 10 minutes. I thought quest battles were really fast, but the War Hydra, look at that heathen happening. But as soon as it heals, it's then nope. And we're sniping it down some more. We do have some Shadow Walkers have moved forward for some reason, but that's fine. They can deal with the Dread Spears. We are going to take that Hydra out. Hasn't got much health left. 100 left. Down it goes. That was the biggest threat. Another burning skull. But I think that's going to go for their own go. Run! This sorceress cares not. But if the Hydra now done, we can then focus fire on more like the Dark Shards. But they do have shields. We have sent the Eagle against... Oh, was that all part of our plan? Get some fried chicken. Because, yeah, the Great Eagle is not enjoying that. And there's Dread Spears coming in. Archers shooting them into the back. Desperately trying to hold this hill. Get as many shots into the back of units as we can. Shadow Walkers getting themselves into a position. Dark Shards trying to shoot up the hill. But it's not working out. In fact, they've just decided to come back down. Oh, that's a mistake. Look how many fallen. No forgiveness, no remorse. Do we still have the Great Eagle? Yeah, the Great Eagle has fallen back. It's done a good job. And we still have cavalry getting into the back of our lines. In fact, the princess that was supporting us is now leaving. And our Lord is trying to deal with these bleak swords. But our spearmen are now moving down the hill. We realise we're in a position where we could win this. Let's just charge down the hill. And charge we do. Straight into the flank. The sorceress out in the open, so we start sniping her. We do have forces now supporting the Lord, shooting the bleak swords in the back. And just through sheer firepower of our archers, we are wiping them out. Looks like the main line has broken down there on the hill. We got some bleak swords now broken over there. I think we get... See what I mean? I thought they were chased down, but apparently not. No, they're still going. But it looks like all the forces are now breaking and shattering. It looks like we do have the hill. We will have victory. Alith Anar is chasing down the far sorceress. Lord's coming after as well. All of the archers coming. And that's it. Everything is shattered, guys. We have victory and the Moonbow. That was a difficult battle. A literal uphill battle from the start. But we did get reinforcements. They were essential. This cavalry was essential to keeping the main force busy. So we could get up there. Get our spearmen up there. Get our archers supporting. And once we did, yeah, they kept harassing us from the all the way through. But luckily, by the time the reinforcements came, we were ready to deal with them fighting down the hill. So until next time, my fellow gamers, take care.